Okay, so welcome back to another video. In this video I'm going to be comparing the Sony AX3005, I believe, to the Atoto one I had before. I don't actually own that unit anymore, I've sold that on, but I can just tell you and show you the advantages and disadvantages that this unit has. So that obviously, yeah, they can't put them next to each other, but I used that one for quite a while, so I've got a good idea of what it was like. So if you first start by booting this one, the first thing I do notice with this Sony one is it actually seems to take a bit longer to boot than the Atoto one. Actually no, well, getting to this screen is quicker, but first showing the Sony logo seems to take a bit of time. Isn't the end of the world, obviously, but that's the first thing I noticed. But then the next thing you notice is the screen quality. The glare is very minimal from any angle, really, in any light it can be seen, which helps as well because this is a convertible. So when the roof's down, this is any angle, it's still pretty good at like, you know, being seen and whatever. It's got a nice responsive panel as well, which is obviously nice. You can choose from a selection of wallpapers. I've just got the default one on because that's, like, I don't know, just my favourite one from the ones I saw. So the radio compared to the Atoto one, just a normal tuner, is a world better because that one was, I mean, there was never a day that went past where I didn't dislike that one, to be honest, because it kind of had a mind of its own. It seemed to seek through channels when you were just listening and didn't touch it at all, or especially when you were on, like, the sat nav in Google Maps on Android Auto, it would just swap to the radio and start tuning, and you could see, like, the channels just, like, I don't know, it was very, I never knew what it was doing. It really did have a mind of its own. And the favorites options and stuff was very dodgy. Like, they cleared themselves, like, randomly and stuff like that after a while, which was a bit weird. Then you had to kind of set them again. Yeah, so that wasn't too great. I haven't actually set any favorites on this one yet, nor do I even know if you can, but I don't really need to because it's got this best tuning memory up here. So you press that, it searches the stations that are in your range type thing, and the best ones it literally just puts in 3 pages along the bottom here, which you can just scroll through with these buttons, and it just instantly connects. Obviously, because it's searched for the best ones, you never really get any static because it's found the ones without static. So obviously with an FM radio, I'm on Heart at 102.7, but Heart is also on, like, 105 and you know, all the other ones as well. But it's found 102.7, which is supposedly the best one for my area, which makes a massive difference because obviously on the Atoto one, I just found a random one that played Heart and saved it, and that wasn't always the best one for connection and stuff like that. So this is much better a system here. I mean, there isn't really much else that you can do. It's pretty much just a standard radio, but it works, which is quite nice. You've got some options here to do extra bass and stuff like that, which you didn't have on the Atoto. But yeah, so that's the radio. The Atoto as well also didn't have any DAB functions, so this does have a DAB radio, although you do have to buy the antenna separately. So if you are into that, though, it is at least an option on this, whereas on the Atoto it was not. So there's that one. The Bluetooth audio, again, not sure what's going to happen here because my phone is connected, should be. Okay, that's good. Yeah, so I've got no music playing, so it doesn't. But this Bluetooth audio is very screen is very good as well. It has a bar along the bottom when there's music playing, tells you how long, like how far you are into the song. When it ends, you can click on it to skip through. You got the play and pause buttons, which are very responsive. You got skip buttons. You got if you had it on a USB and you had folders of songs, you could go up and down the folders. You can turn shuffle off. You can turn loop off. You can change the input level. So just, you know, to whatever, like to boost the input and stuff like that, you can do that there. This is the Bluetooth phone function. I haven't ever really looked at this. It should show your contacts in here. Oh yeah, so this shows my contacts because I've got my phone Bluetoothed in, and you can call and stuff through people there. Just a dial pad, and this is all. I have used a dial pad as well, to be fair, and it all works very well. I'm guessing you can save, like, favorites in there, auto answer on or off. So there's some interesting settings in that one as well. USB, if you wanted to plug a USB into here that had maybe a movie on it or some songs, that would play through that section there. Also does have the capability for a rear camera, so did the Atoto, to be fair, so not much new there. But then again, also, to be honest, the biggest difference isn't necessarily anything new. It's just the fact that it's a better unit, much better. But yeah, as I was about to say, the best thing really is just the fact it's a better processor, it's speedier, there's no glitches, no lag, it just does what it's supposed to. I know it sounds, but it's so nice to it just works, whereas the other one was always laggy, a bit glitchy sometimes, had some bugs. This is just, as you can tell, it's made by Sony, it just works, and it's so much nicer to just have something like that, to be honest. However, talking about the price tag, so I got this one for 300. You can pay more, to be honest, if you're looking other places, and I spent 180 on the Atoto one, so it's around £120 more. But to be fair, considering this is your car, which you're going to spend a lot of money on anyway, and you're probably going to spend a lot of time in if you're like me, I reckon that extra 120 quid is 100% worth it, because especially if you're going on long journeys with the Atoto, trying to depend on a sat-nav that keeps lagging back to the radio and seeking through functions is just not good. I was on the motorway and had to actually switch the car off and restart the engine while going at 70 miles an hour to get the radio to kick back into life, because I had no idea where I was going. And that's not obviously what you want to be doing. So, yeah, I would go with this one. Any questions, pop them in the comments. Thanks for watching.